without makeup?
Not at all.
Not at all.
When I was a lot younger, I used to wear a lot of makeup because I felt that's what I needed to do to be pretty and accepted and all that stuff.
And now that's
even with
over.
hair, I used to wear weaves and extensions and wigs, and you know, I got tired of all that, and I just said, you know, I'm just
I want to break free.
I just decided to shave my head, which I did 17 years ago, and I shaved my head before I knew I was going to be a performer. It had nothing to do with the performing, and I just love it. It's very easy to do and very easy to take care of.
Let's put it this way, you don't have to waste money on shampoo, conditioner.
I scrub my scalp.
You scrub that, that's all you do. But pretty much, let's get a little, I want to get a little deep now.
Yeah,
we're going to surf a little deeper now, okay?
It's all good.
And so, do you have any tough memories to overcome?
Definitely. Growing up, I had a very sad and rough childhood. You know, I was very teased. I was the nerd. I didn't believe in myself, you know, especially with children at school. I was very teased about my skin color, about the darkness of my skin, about having an overbite, about my Haitian culture, about having nappy hair, all this stuff. And I didn't really have someone who embraced my beauty in my life as a child, and so I didn't really know how to do that. They were very busy working, you know, and I grew up mainly with my mom and stepfathers. You know, my parents split when I was about 2 years old, so I didn't really grow up with my father, and so it was really hard. I was very suicidal at times. I went through a lot of depression, and I'm just thankful.
Do you have to use medication?
No.
No. Okay.
And so I just, you know, Spirit got me through it, you know. I don't, you know, God, the Goddess, the Creator. Music is really, I love my music. It's a lifesaver. Music, I used to draw a lot of art. Music is what got me through the hard times. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
It's very sad when you see, Anderson Cooper was doing a story about, you know, how, well, he's always on the news and he's always on top of everything, but talking about how kids are committing suicide, and because they've been bullied, and when it's going to stop, you know, is when this nightmare is going to stop. I don't understand how far we have to go. And there was a guy on Facebook who said not too long ago that, you know, for any kid out there who are or might be gay, you better, you know, kill yourself. You better commit suicide.
My God,
and it was a big, I just, you know, I used the word hate here. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy how
people are so insecure that they can't accept other people for who they are, and not even their own self, you know?
Yes.
And it's especially, you know, children out there who are suffering because of their sexuality, alternative sexuality. It's alternative, I say, because, you know, I think it's natural to love who you feel you love.
Right.
You know, and we have to believe that it does get better. And, you know, it could always be worse, but it'll always get better. And you have to find your community of people who accept you as you are. You know, including yourself, starting with yourself. If you can't love yourself, how can you expect others to?
Right.
You know?
Right, but it could be scary too.
Yeah, definitely scary. It's not easy.
It's not easy. How you find yourself and how you accept who you are.
It takes time. It's a lifelong process.
It's a lifelong
but it's
process.
Worth it. It is. It's worth the journey.
Absolutely. Now, is it fair to say that this show is a way of exorcism?
My performance, my one-woman show?
It's one-woman show.
I don't know if I'd use exorcism. That might be one way to say it, but definitely it's been a journey of cleansing, of sending out the demons and really.
The demons, are they because demons are the fear, you know?
Fear. Which to me, which I read once, fear is false evidence appearing real. You know, fear is an illusion.
It's right in your mind.
It is. And the mind is so powerful.
Yes.
But that's the beauty of being human. We have the power of choice. We always have a choice on how we choose to experience any given moment.
What's been the most difficult experience that you have to go through?
The most difficult? Wow. When I was hating myself as a child. I went through a lot. I went through emotional and physical abuse as well, molestation, and getting through that, and you know, getting through the bullying, the being called a nerd and all this stuff. It's just fighting through that and learning to love myself and knowing it wasn't my fault. Yeah, embrace
Do you
all
think
parts of
much
myself.
about that? Do you go back to the past?
I forgive and I move forward, you know.
You don't think too much about the past at all? It is done, it's over?
Yeah, I have moments when I'll think about it, but I don't get caught up in it, and it doesn't lead my decisions anymore,
Of
you
course.
know.
You're not bitter, you're not upset, you're happy as you can be. Look at you.
What is bitter gonna do?
Yeah, what's it gonna take? It's gonna kill you.
You know, it's putting myself back in a prison, you know.
Right. So you don't deal much, because as an actor, we are trained to be able to deal with the dark side. Things that we don't dare to explore because we might be afraid, or we have pressure, we got bills to pay, we got a life to live, right? And we don't look back much. And it's very interesting, because actors, it's kind of like, it changes, it shifts. We go back in the present and we think about the future, but you know, how you dig into the moment, how you go back
it's all about
to those experiences.
To me. You know, that's the past, is the future, but the only reality is right now.
It is.
That's
happening.
how I'm learning to see it every day. It's right now.
Okay. And the future? Think about the future much, or you?
I do.
You do?
I do, but most of the time it's really about being in the present, you know? Which creates the future, I guess.
Being now.
Yeah, being in the now.
And it goes so fast. We're so caught up.
Time
with
is
everything.
flying, and it's like, life is short. Who knows how much longer I'm going to be here? You know, maybe in 5 minutes I'll be gone, or 5 days, or 5 years, and it's like, make the most out of the moment, out of right now.
What makes you happy, Mildred?
Being true to myself, being around good, positive, spiritual people who believe in themselves, which I think is so beautiful and so sexy when you have that confidence of being true to yourself and not being afraid of what people think of you.
Yes.
That's just amazing to me.
And for all those young actors who are finding themselves, what will you tell them as an artist? Because you travel around the world. You have.
Thank goodness.
You've been around.
I've been around.
You've been around.
Europe, Asia, Africa, U.S. Yeah.
Everywhere.
I'm really blessed. Really
Everywhere.
blessed. Performing, lecturing, doing workshops.
Your workshops. We're going to get into that after. But it's like, what piece of advice you give to all those young artists, young actors?
Well, young, old artists, everyone's always finding themselves. As long as you're breathing, you're going to keep finding yourself, I say. The only advice I can say is to really just be true to who you are. You know, if you can't be true to who you are, what's the point? You know, that's how I see it. If you're too busy being what your family said you're supposed to be, or what the media says, or what the church says, or it's like you got to break out of those tapes, those recordings, you know, those filtered, rose-colored glasses that have nothing, absolutely nothing to do with who you really are. And who you really are is going to constantly change.
Yes.
You know?
You're in touch with yourself constantly.
I do my best. I do my best. Nobody's perfect.
No,
nobody's, you know, it's not about being perfect. It's just about doing the best you can every moment. Yes.
And meditation?
I love meditation has saved my life.
Your life.
Yes. I love meditating. I love silence, peaceful, listening to my music, burning my incense.
What kind of music you like to?
I like everything. I mean, funk, disco, I really like. They don't make music like they used to. But I also love classical, I love old school rap.
Yeah, okay, good.
More the older stuff.
Okay.
You know, I just like a bit of everything. Jazz, country, even some rock. You know, it's all good. It's all good.
And when you go home at night, what do you like to do?
Sleep.
Sleep? Oh, me too.
When I can. I like getting my rest.
Yes, and we're getting older.
Chill
that
out.
I enjoy to be on bed so much.
Oh my goodness. Especially when you're busy and you don't get to do it a lot. If you're traveling a lot, when you get home, it's so special to just have that time for yourself.
But we're getting older. That's what it is.
Yeah.
We gotta face it. We have to.
Getting older and getting younger at heart. That's what I say.
Yeah, we're still young in heart and body. We're striking women. We're pretty.
Yes, exactly.